Hi, my name is Morgan Gunther, and today we're going to be doing songs and stories here at Roberts Regional Recreation Area. We're going to be learning all about the different things that animals need to survive, read a story, and even sing a song. So when we think about animals, what are some of the important things that all animals, including humans, need in order to survive? There's my favorite, food. Everyone rub your belly and say food and think about your favorite food. I like macaroni and cheese. Let's see, what else do animals need to survive? All animals need water. Everyone say water. And then when it's cold out or maybe it's raining, it's really important that all animals have shelter. Everyone say shelter. So animals need food, water, and shelter in order to survive. And that can look a little bit different for different kinds of animals. Humans eat certain kinds of food. Well, a squirrel shouldn't be eating pizza. We might eat pizza. A shark might eat a fish. We might eat a fish. Deer eat plants. All different animals eat different kinds of food. They get their water from different places, and their shelter looks a little bit different. So these things make up something called a habitat. Everyone say habitat. So habitats are something that all animals need and can be things like an ocean or a forest or a river or a jungle or a desert or so many different things. And all animals have to have a habitat to carry on. So the story that we're going to read today is called The Salamander Room. And we're going to learn about where this little salamander finds all of its different things in its habitat. And this story is by Ann Mazer, and it's illustrated by Steve Johnson and Lou Fancher. The Salamander Room. Brian found a salamander in the woods. It was a little orange salamander that crawled through the dried leaves of the forest floor. The salamander was warm and cozy in the boy's hand. "Come live with me," Brian said. He took the salamander home. "Where will he sleep?" his mother asked. "I will make him a salamander bed to sleep," and look at him right there. "I will cover him with leaves that are fresh and green and bring moss that looks like little stars to be a pillow for his head. I will bring crickets to sing him to sleep and bullfrogs to tell him good night stories." Can you make the sound of a bullfrog? "And when he wakes up, where will he play? I will carpet my room with shiny wet leaves and water them so he can slide around and play. I will bring tree stumps into my room so he can climb up the bark and sun himself on top. And I will bring boulders that he can creep over." Oh my gosh, look at that messy room. "He will miss his friends in the forest. I will bring salamander friends to play with him." Oh my gosh, there's gonna be more than one salamander. "They will be hungry. How will you feed them? I will bring insects to live in my room, and every day I will catch some and feed the salamanders. And I will make little pools of water on top of the boulders so they can drink whenever they are thirsty." Now there's, oh look, 1, 2, 3 salamanders. "The insects will multiply, and soon there will be bugs and insects everywhere. Oh no. I will find birds to eat the extra bugs and insects, and the bullfrogs will eat them too." Look at that tongue. "Where will the birds and bullfrogs live? I will bring trees for the birds to roost in and make ponds for the frogs." What is it starting to look like? Birds need to fly. "We can lift off the ceiling. They will sail out into the sky, but they will come back to my room for dinner because they will know that the biggest, juiciest insects are there. So now there's not even a roof on his room. But the trees, how will they grow? What do plants need to grow? The rain will come through the open roof and the sun too. And vines will creep up the walls of my room and ferns will grow under my bed. There will be big white mushrooms and moss like little stars growing around the tree stumps that the salamanders climb on. Have you ever felt moss before? Right after the rain, it's so soft. And you, where will you sleep? I will sleep on a bed under the stars with the moon shining through the green leaves of the trees. Owls will hoot, hoo, 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 hoo. And crickets will sing. And next to me on the boulder with its head resting on soft moss, the salamander will sleep. The end. So in this book, what did the little boy create in his room? A forest, a whole forest habitat with food, shelter, and water. And he could have just left that salamander out in the forest. So next we're gonna sing a song all together about different kinds of habitats. I'm gonna teach you the words to the song so you can sing along, and then you'll clap along during other parts. So it's pretty simple. It goes, habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Let's sing it together. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Then we sing it 2 more times. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. And then it switches and it goes, you have to have a habitat to carry on. Let's try that together. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. You have to have a habitat to carry on. Perfect. So I'm going to be playing guitar and you can sing along to the chorus, and then we're going to sing about different habitats. You ready? Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. You have to have a habitat to carry on. The ocean is a habitat, a very special habitat. It's where the deepest water's at. It's where our biggest mammals at. It's where our future food is at. Keeps the atmosphere intact. The ocean is a habitat that we depend on. All together, habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. You have to have a habitat to carry on. The forest is a habitat, a very special habitat. It's where the tallest trees are at. It's where a bear can scratch its back. It keeps the ground from falling back, renews the oxygen. In fact, the forest is a habitat that we depend on. All together, habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. You have to have a habitat to carry on. The river is a habitat, a very special habitat. It's where the freshest water's at for people, fish, and dusky-wood rats. But when the people dump their trash, the river takes the biggest rap. The river is a habitat we depend on. All together, habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. You have to have a habitat to carry on. People are different than foxes and rabbits, affect the whole world with all their habits. Better to love it while we still have it, or rather tat, a tat, a tat, our habitat's gone. One last time together. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. Habitat, habitat, have to have a habitat. You have to have a habitat to carry on. Give yourself a hand. So hopefully today during Songs and Stories, you learned that all animals have a habitat with food, shelter, and water to help make it a safe place for them to live. And we're lucky here in the East Bay Regional Parks to have all kinds of different habitats. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that you have a great day.